Welcome to episode 8 of the Mics On podcast, because if you're going to say it with the mics on. I'm your host, Brianna.
I'm your host, Aaliyah, and today we are going to be talking about love languages.
Love language has kind of been like all over my For You page, and I feel like it's getting talked about more versus it used to be, correct me if I'm wrong, or my take on it was like you really only heard about it in the church and not a lot of people would really because I remember in high school people would be like, oh, I don't know what that is or whatever. But I feel like it's a more known topic and people are more sharing their love languages. Before we get started, I kind of wanted to play a little game. You have to guess my top 3 and then I guess your top 3. If you want to go first, or I can go first.
Yeah, yours first. My guess for your top 3 love languages, I would say words of affirmation is your top, quality time your second, and acts of service your third.
Okay, you're not wrong, kind of, but no. So, I recently took this test. My love language is acts of service, quality time, and then words of affirmation. So you had them, just not in the right order.
Wow. Okay, do you think I don't know. I know I've taken a test of mine before, but I think that it's probably changed. I'm a lot different than when I took it, which was probably 6 years ago. I remember taking it at your house, actually.
Okay, I think I'm going based off of old Aaliyah mixed with new Aaliyah, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go physical touch, gifts, and words of affirmation.
I think those probably are my top, but I know physical touch used to be my top, but I think now it's probably gifts. But I think that's because that's the one Dylan's the worst at. And so when I get it, I'm because that's not his love language. But I would say that's probably my top one, and then physical touch. And then, wait, what'd you say was the third?
I said words of affirmation for you, but I don't think in the way that people think. You know what I mean? In a more I appreciate you way versus but then also I think you like to be told you're pretty.
Do. It is true. I would say you're probably right, but it's it would be receiving gifts and physical touch, and then the other two, there's or for the rest of the 3, there's a good gap. They come in, and then quality time and probably acts of service is my last one.
Yeah, I think mine is acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and gifts. I feel like I'm all of them at different times in my life, but 100% if you do the dishes for me, I will marry you.
Do you think that's changed over time?
I actually think I lied. I think my physical touch would be higher than words of affirmation now, because I'm thinking about it versus in this relationship. So 100%, yes. I took this maybe 2 years ago, so maybe I should retake it soon. But yeah, because when I was with Andrew, it was 100% words of affirmation, quality time, and gifts were my top. And then now they're completely different.
Yeah, I think mine's changed over time. I don't think that I cared a Rudy too about receiving gifts 8 years ago, and now it's my first one.
And when I say physical touch, it means the little tickles, the hair play, things like that. It's not meaning just immediate nasty, you little filthy animals.
Yeah, but, you freaks.
You freaks, wherever your mind was going. I think it's definitely more those intimate moments, but not the dirty intimate, you know?
When we started to kiss, the ones that really stole my heart were the quick little packs that you give before you leave. Because to me...
Are you telling me you made out with my brother?
I'll be like, all right, can I have a kiss before you leave? And then he obviously doesn't get close to me because he thinks that's disgusting. So funny to do in front of the kids. But they've become a little used to my shenanigans, because the other day I said something like, here you go, honey bunny poochie pie. I love you so much. Here's your plate of food. Just to, I wanted to be annoying and make them cringe, and they did not even bat an eye. And I'm like, damn.
Honestly, that is good, and that's something you should show your kids love and affection. No tea, no hate, no shade. But when my mom and my stepdad at the time would hug or anything, I'd be like, ew, what is that? And even just hugging my siblings, we didn't hug. It was always a fist bump, or we're fighting each other. My mom would always come in for that big squeeze, but my dad and I side hug. There wasn't a lot, this is gonna sound so bad, physical love. I don't, you know what I mean? I feel we were just more we would bully each other and pick on each other and roughhouse, and that's our way of how we showed love. And I think it's so important to like show your kids that it's normal to like kiss your husband or your wife or to hug them or to like be in love. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when, like, at least for me, when I see people in love, I used to cringe. I'd be like, ew, that's disgusting. Like, don't hug me, don't kiss me, don't do nothing in public. And now with Matt, I'm like, no, you're holding my hand. You're going to hug me. You're going to do this. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's so different. But I can't wait to like when Bo's a little older to be a little cringy and make him very uncomfortable.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense that you say that because Dylan is very anti PDA. Like, he won't even give me a quick kiss if we are out and about. And don't get me wrong, I do think making out and, sitting, like holding each other's faces and in each other's arms, I think that that's inappropriate to do in public. Like, I just think it's weird. Not inappropriate, but weird. I grew up in a house where, like, before I went to bed at night, I gave my parents a hug. When I was little, like, I remember it probably up until I was like 10 or 11 years old. It's like, I'm going to bed, I'm coming to give you a hug. And we'd go and find them and, like, climb all over my parents when we were really little and give them hugs. And we were a hugging family. We weren't a kissing family. We go in every time you show up to a family event, you have to give your hugs to everybody. And when you leave, you give your hugs to everybody. Like, and that's the family I grew up in. So
Yeah, so for family watching, we were loved in our own ways. I just think physical touch was not one of them. Like I remember hugging like grandma and grandpa, but like my dad and I don't hug. Like Dylan, when he told me he loved me in Nashville, that was like the first time out of like 5 times he's ever told me he's loved me, and I'm 25 years old. So it was like when he said that, I was like, ew, like don't tell me you love me. But yeah, but we like show up for each other. It's just we're not like mushy, not mushy gushy, but we're just not like that embracing people, which is something I've had to learn to do, especially with Matt, because in my relationship with Andrew, I was never like physical touch. I was like, do not touch me, do not look at me, like even on the couch, like you can sit over there, I'm gonna sit here, and because that's how I was raised. Like he sat there on that couch, and my mom sat on this couch, so it was never like you sat together. But now I feel like I've learned to love myself and to be loved. So as cheesy as that is, but yeah, Dylan and I are not physical touch people. I would say I've grown more. And that's kind of what I wanted to say. It's funny that yours has always been physical touch, and Dylan is literally like, don't touch me. Like, Dylan hated being touched. Like, I remember, like, I would wrestle him and I would try to kiss his cheek just to really piss him off, and he would hate it so much. Or, like, just try to give him a big hug. And yeah, it would end up in, like, him tackling me and shoving me to the ground.
like, you guys couldn't even touch his food. He did not like being, like, he didn't like little kids touching him. He didn't want to. So his love language is, I would say, acts of service. That's my very last place. Acts of service to me, like, I'm very much, if I want something done, I'll do it myself. And Dylan loves acts of service. And your family is very much an acts of service family. And I remember it was so different than my home growing up. Like, if one of you guys would ask somebody else to get you water or something, the other kid was supposed to do it.
I think love languages, how you said Dylan's is acts of service. I've realized, or in most cases, your partner's is kind of polar opposite from you. How you want to feel loved is normally how you love others, right? So, like me, like keeping the house clean and like having laundry and everything done is like my way of showing love, but it's not necessarily like how Matt needs to receive. I would actually love to know his, but I'm guessing his is physical touch because that man loves to be hugged and cuddled. He is a big baby and I'm calling him out. So he's gonna hate me for saying that. But I would say physical touch, words of affirmation, in either quality time or acts of service. I'm not 100%. So they're kind of similar to mine, but just different ways. And maybe gifts. I don't know. I really don't know. I think he just likes when I'm very intentional. Rather that's gift giving, being intentional with my time or including him. He has major FOMO, so I think quality time maybe because he hates being left out. I'm gonna make him take the quiz, but we kind of mentioned childhood playing a role, and so you believe that your childhood played a role in like how you feel loved and how you show love and everything.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's just like the environment you're in. And I do want to say all of the love languages are so important to hit. So if you're watching, make sure you're not just favoring one, but you feel loved in any one you get, but like one makes your heart like warm and fuzzy more than like the other's going to, you know? Do you think you and your siblings have a lot of the same love languages, or are y'all like polar opposites? I feel like we're all kind of the same.
I had to guess. It's hard to tell from my brother now because he moved out of state. I'm not close with him anymore, but I would say that me and my oldest sister are probably closer. Like, I just don't see Autumn being the one to be like, you know, regularly asking, like, can you go fill my water bottle? Can you go get this for me? Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's just how you grow up, you kind of do, like whether you want to be that way or not. Me, I watched my mom just clean constantly. So it's like now I clean constantly and I have to make sure that you can like walk in at my house and like I'll be like, oh my gosh, my house is so a mess. And my friends will be like, dude, where's the mess? But it'll be like a dog toy on the floor and they're like, Brie, you're fine, like calm down. And I think it was just how my family was. Like you just do things for other people. And that's just how it was always. One was sitting on the couch and it's like, yo, you go do this for me. And if you don't do this for me, there's gonna be like,
No, I remember watching that.
right,
Like, I remember,
repercussions.
yeah, it'd be, and it'd be like, well, it's taught in the Bible that we're supposed to be selfless and serve others. But that one was a big difference for me coming into your guys's, because that I wasn't in that type of house. Like, quality time, I would say, is probably a big one in my household growing up. Like, we did so much together. We were constantly, going to a museum, going camping, spending time together, bonfires, everything. But I wonder what like a gift giving household, because that is one of my big ones. So, and it didn't used to be, but it is now.
Matthew's sister is a gift giver, like if that's one of hers, but she will send him gifts like all the time, just
I
randomly.
love a gift giving friend. One of my
Yeah.
mentors who runs this like bee farm, and she's very homeopathic and crunchy, and she's a little bit older, and she has a bunch of kids, and I love her. And every time I go and see her, I leave with a little gift. She'll pick me flowers. She gives me like she'll give me a baked good. She taught me how to do baked sourdough. And every time I leave it, and at first I used to feel like almost a little bit guilty. And because I'm like, I don't give her anything. She always gives me those stuff, and I've never given anything in return. And I think that's why I didn't really like quality or gift giving in years past, is because I almost felt like if they do it for me, like now I have to do it for them. And I just came to learn, I'm like, you know what? That's probably her love language. And people with that love language, when they give to others like that, like, I don't think those people are like keeping track and whether they're getting it back, you know?
Hmm.
So I was kind of like, if that's her love language, I'm going to let that be her love language, and I'm going to have peace with that. And I don't have to feel guilty for accepting because I don't have any equivalent to offer. And that's kind of when I think like things started changing for me. And then I started really appreciating those gifts more. And now I'm like, okay, maybe I do like little stuff like that. And occasionally, like from every holiday for my kids, I get them something little, you know?
I think that's funny because I am such a gift giving friend, but I haven't really thought about like me receiving gifts because like I love giving gifts to people. Like I love making baskets and like I know for Christmas like I went all out for so many people and I just think that's me just being intentional with somebody. But yeah, I would love, and the whole reason I brought up his sister is because like she'll send him things, and then when we were there for Christmas, like they each got each other like 20 to 30 presents, and it was just like never ending of gift giving, and I was just like, you know what I mean? Because like we didn't really give each other gifts growing up, so it was just like, oh my gosh, like even like he gives his dad things, like he'll find something on Amazon and he'll just buy it and then mail it to his dad's house, or his dad will do the same thing, and his mom, and it's just like I'm always like, huh, interesting. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I don't know how. I would have to ask him how he feels because he is from like a gift, but he's also from that wholesome family. Family's still together, they're still married, they're like in love. It's just not like oh, they're still married. Like they're in love, they're happy, they have great kids. Like all their kids are doing amazing and like married. His brother's about to have a baby. Like it is that wholesome family. And then there's like my family. We just grew up so differently. So I would have to ask him because he definitely is from a gift giving household.
I think I had that a little bit in my house as well, the gift giving, because my mom always got us Valentine's Day gifts. I just hope like that's what my kids say about us years from
Oh,
now.
100%. It was funny. He says like the Valentine's present, like I started doing like Easter, like always giving him an Easter basket or just for any little like special thing. Like I love giving Bo gifts. Like he'll just come home and there'll be like something for him or whatever. And I just want him to always feel so loved and spoiled. But I also only have one. If I have the extra money, I'm gonna spend it on Bo and just make him feel like the happiest kid in the world. When he comes back from his dad's, we get one coffee date together and he doesn't actually drink coffee. It's just a vanilla frappuccino from Starbucks. And he thinks, and it makes just his whole day. And he'll talk about all day, like, oh, I went on a coffee date with my mom and blah, 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 blah. And I don't know. I just want him to feel like every love language. Like you're loved. Oh, I'm mushy and stupid talking about him.
I know he's like the cutest. He's seriously the cutest thing I've ever seen, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to see you guys.
So speaking on that, we are actually going to be in person real soon, so we're very excited about it because though I love doing our virtual podcast, I'm so excited, A, because I haven't seen y'all since forever, and B, to actually do an in-person podcast. And we're also going to have the guys join us and do a lot of fun things, so y'all definitely check that out and check out our personal accounts. So if we do lives and if you guys want to ask us questions, feel free to do that. And if any brand deals or sponsorships want to partner with us, feel free to hit us up in our email linked in on our profile page or comment down below on this video. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning into the Mike's On podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.